Alright, today I'm going to attempt to drop a deep well hand pump down my well. I've never done this before. I don't know anything about well seal, just what I've seen on the internet. This is a plastic well seal. I'm going to take a hole saw and drill right here. That's where the threaded vent is located. I'm going to put a 2-inch hole right there. I'm going to drop down about 100 feet of 1 1/4 inch PVC pipe. You see right here. It's my foot valve. I don't have the rest of it assembled yet. I'm just getting started on it today. Static water level, if you can see, is 65 feet. That's where the top of the water level is in the well right now. And the depth of the entire well is 405 feet. At about 1.25 gallons a minute, I believe it was. So I'm going to pull the well up about 3 inches. The piping and everything on the pull is about 3 inches. Then I'm going to put a board under the threaded hole and try to drill through it with the 2-inch hole saw you see there, without all the junk falling down in the well. Right now I'm going to break this pipe coupling, separate it, so I can pull the piping and stuff up out of the well without breaking everything off. I'm going to try not to worry with the electrical. I may have to undo that also. Okay, here's the well seal pulled off. I was able to break the coupling loose. It was really tight. I had to use a little heat on it. See the map gas. The well seal is plastic top and bottom. I don't think I'll have any problem drilling it with a hole saw. I'm going to pull it up about another 3/4 inch and slide a piece of plywood in there underneath the threaded hole. And I'm going to take my hole saw down through there and get it ready to drop the 1 1/4 inch pipe. This is the little rig I've got set up. It was very easy to pull. It's 405 feet deep. I don't know where the pump sits, but I don't know, it probably weighed 50 pounds maybe. I was pretty nervous about the weight of it. Okay, I've got the seal lifted and plywood underneath the hole that I'm going to drill. And I had to make a little wooden plug to go in the hole to center of the drill bit up with a hole saw. And I'm going to pack some towels or some cloth or something around the crack in the pipe there so it won't get trashed down in the water. Got my 2-inch hole drilled. It's pretty much a pain. I didn't realize how much the plastic was going to melt. And first plug I had to torch it out of the end of my hole saw, which I'm going to have to do again. But that's alright. I'll do it later. Everything turned out pretty good. I got very close to the edge. I'm going to have to clean it up a little bit. This may weaken my seal. I don't know. I'm not a plumber. But it's pretty thick plastic. It's about 3/4 inch thick on both pieces, so I don't think it's going to fall. And it's pretty lightweight pulling it out anyway. Pipe on the bottom is the piston. section's about 3 feet long, and then I have it adapted down to 1/2 inch PVC. There's the T that's going to go on top of the 1 1/4 inch pipe. This is just the other materials I've got to put it together with. And these are the keeper blocks, I guess you call them, that I'm going to put around the 1 1/4 as I insert it down into the well so it won't fall in. And this is just a standard foot valve. I got it at Lowe's, I think it was around 20 bucks. Check valve on this side. This is also a foot valve that's PVC. I think around $15. So far I've got about 120 bucks in parts, and I don't think I'm going to have to buy anything else. So here's my piston I pulled completely back out of the well. All 100 feet of it. And I'm going to take this section I drilled with the holes in it, I'm going to cut that out because water is going all the way up my pipe. And when it gets to the top, it's so hard to pull because it's so heavy. But I'm going to put it right here. Once I cut out the section with the holes, and that's going to stop water from going up my piston pump pipe. Okay, in case there's confusion about how I modified the T, all I did was take a T, cut it off flush on the side on a scroll saw, or you can use a hand saw or whatever. And then I put it on my belt sander and sanded it down till it was almost just like a coupling, but it left the hole open on the side. And what happens is when you put your piston in, it pulls the water up, and instead of going up the pipe, it comes out the side. So I took a nickel, and it fits perfectly down in the pipe. And that's going to keep all my water from going up the pipe all the way up to the top of the wellhead, which is that much less weight that you have to lift each time you try to do a pumping stroke. And then I just glued the rest of my 1/2 inch piping straight on there and all the way up. And it works great. That keeps me from having to use the section of pipe with all of the 1/4 inch holes drilled in it. And I think it may make it a little stronger, I don't know. So here's the deep well hand pump installed, and since there's air trapped in the pump pipe, it rises out of the ground by itself. It comes up about 10 feet before it stops. But that's a lot better than having to pull all the way to that pipe with the water back up out of the ground each time you try to pump the water out. So I'm going to put a T-handle on there and probably just take a piece of coat hanger and just wrap it down or something temporarily. And that's about it. Alright, we're going to test the pump out. Strokes. Let's see see how much we get in 10 strokes. As you can see, more than a gallon in 9 strokes. And the well likes to pump itself.